Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel and welcome to our coffee times together. Today in our movie review time, I'm bringing you Underwater.
It's coffee time.
Now, I know this movie came out back in January, but I didn't have the chance to see it in the theaters here, and it was just available now on Amazon Prime, and I decided to give it a watch because everything that is kind of like an underwater creature feature that has alien vibes, like some people have said, is something that I need to check out. And I was kind of, worried to go into the movie because it did have a lot of bad reviews, but I was pleasantly surprised by this film. The film was directed by William Eubank and written by Brian Duffield and Adam Kozad. The movie was originally shot in 2017, but it did not see the light until January of 2020. The film follows a group of scientists that are in a laboratory down deep at the bottom of the sea, and there is an earthquake, an accident, and water starts to float in and they have to try to escape. Now, this film is said to be inspired by the myth of Cthulhu, and I think that the film deserves a little bit more recognition than it had. It might be that because this was a January film, people expected it to suck anyways, because a lot of the bad movies do come out in January, but I think it's actually a pretty decent film. I do think that all of the actors in this movie did a wonderful job, and this is a case of a movie where it is more plot driven than character driven, so we don't get to see, sadly, too much of the characters, their backgrounds, and we don't get to really know them that well, which is one of the things that I would have wished to see a little bit more of. But you can definitely tell that every character has its specific role, in a sense that, it works without being too tropey. I really enjoyed the sets of this movie. They did have this kind of eerie, kind of dark, atmospheric feeling to them that it does remind you a little bit of Ridley Scott's Alien, and I was happy that the kind of the places where they were living, they were like dirty and everything was pale colors, so it gives a lot of atmosphere to the whole film and also makes the blood pop more. It is a movie definitely not for people that are claustrophobic, because the film does a great job when it comes to put you through small tight spaces in order to achieve that feeling of being trapped in a small place, and you get this claustrophobic feeling as well when they put the suits on, and there are some shots from inside of their suits, that you can see as they would see the outside world, and it's kind of, intensifying that feeling of being locked in somewhere, of being trapped, and definitely not for everybody if you have problems with these scenes that are very claustrophobic. I did find that the movie did a good job when it came to pay attention to little details that made everything a little bit more believable, even though this is a creature feature film, so you're expecting supernatural stuff to happen or things that are normally not real, but I think they did a great job. And another thing that the movie does well is just to keep the pace, to keep the action going. We already start from the first minutes of the movie where there is this accident and water starts to pour in, and of course our characters believe this is an earthquake, but they soon realize that there is something out there, that they might have dug a little bit too deep into the ocean, and they might have awakened something, some evil force. So we see our characters from the very beginning, being faced with challenges, with problems that they have to solve one after the other. So it does a great job when it comes to the pacing, when it comes to the feeling of, being trapped somewhere, with the action parts, and I really did enjoy the movie because it doesn't have a dull minute. I also did really like that, unlike other movies, you don't get to see the whole creature or the creatures way too soon. I think some films fail in the way that they show you too much too early, and then you're not expecting anything else, you know, your tension and everything, your intrigue, everything is gone. So I think they did a great job to keep most of the stuff for the very end. And I also appreciated the kind of social commentary that the movie had, in my opinion, which is the goodness of humankind, but also how we take too much sometimes from nature and we kind of exploit its resources, and that there are consequences for those actions. I ended up giving this film 3.5 out of 5, and I really did enjoy it. I think it's a movie that has a lot of potential, and I was a little bit shocked after I watched the movie to see how many people hated on it, because I just thought it did what it had to do for a movie of this genre, and it did it pretty well. So it delivered exactly what it had to deliver, and the performances were good, the atmosphere was good, the creatures were awesome, and I absolutely loved the ending as well. So for me, you know, I was a little bit shocked that not many people really loved this movie, but I think it is a pretty good kind of, you know, sci-fi thriller slash horror movie. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed my quick review on the movie Underwater. Let me know down below your thoughts on the film. Have you already seen it? Are you one of those that love it or hate it? Let's comment about it down below. And before you leave, please give the video a big thumbs up for support. And if you want to follow me on the social media, all the links are down below. And I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye!